Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear Homesteading the Desert on the 10th of October 2018. We're looking at the upside down pedestal cover that I had sitting on top of that concrete block pedestal. And that piece of wood right there, the reason that broke is if you look at the way the grain runs on it, it runs in an arch. So that board, the grain was running like this, so it was a weak spot in the board. And this one, of course, when that broke, this one popped out of the saddle, so I took that apart today. I'm pretty much going to have to rebuild this thing. And when I do, on the inside here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some more dirt in with my ATV bucket and fill it up to the top of that piece of plywood right there, right at the bottom of those cinder block. Then I've got a bunch of these block right over here that I got from my friend Bill, which are the same height. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a row across this way, across this way, across that way, and across that way. And in the center, I'll have 4 of them in a square tight together. And I'm going to fill all those cavities with concrete and they'll be sitting directly on the ground. So I'll have a lot of support there. And then when I build this, or rebuild this with the new lumber, I'm going to also put steel strap across those 2 that are the half pieces and this long one. So I'll have a steel strap on both of those to give it a little extra strength. So I'm not going to worry about it once I rebuild that. And you're looking at this and you're thinking to yourself, well, how in the heck did he get all of that taken apart and get that tank moved onto that trailer by himself? Oh, makes you wonder, doesn't it? Well, you remember my favorite saying, I work smart, not hard. So what I did was, I drained down the tank. I took off the valve and the filter, the sediment filter that was going on the end right there. And then I stuck my transfer pump inside the tank. And I had 150 gallons left in there, and all 3 of those barrels are full. That one has a little bit in it, but that's because what I was doing was, when I first took that off, there was still enough to drain out of the thing by itself. So instead of letting it run on the ground, I caught it in that barrel while I pumped it down into those other 3. So those 3 are full and ready to pump back into this thing once I get it relocated and resituated. And I'm hoping that that's not going to take too long, because the winter is coming and I've got to get this thing filled back up. And I've got to get the truck out here before the rains start, because the ground out here gets pretty muddy when the rains come. And when you got a 2,500 gallons of water in a truck to come out and driving on soft, muddy soil, he gets stuck. He's staying there until the springtime. So anyway, or actually he'll just dump his load and then make you pay for it, and then pay for his extra time, and that load just goes into the soil, so you get nothing out of it. It just ends up costing you. So it's not worth my time. We'll do it the right way. We'll get this whole thing put together, get him out here as quick as possible, get this thing filled back up, get it tied back into the cabin. Right now, I'm running off of the 2 20-gallon tanks that are on the outdoor mass shower, and that's keeping the cabin running. So I just have to conserve water. And those 2 barrels down there, the blue ones right below the base of the shower, are full. And that is potable water. So I can take my transfer pump over there, and as I run low on water, I can pump that up. And if need be, I can come up here and pump some of this into some of the 20-gallon barrels on my little trailer and haul them back down there and pump those in to keep things going. But I'm not going to dilly-dally around. I want to get this thing back together, get it in place, and not have to worry about it again for life. What I might also do is after I get my cinder block going in both directions, I'll bring some more buckets of dirt in. I've got a big pile right over there I can haul over here. I'm going to just fill this whole thing up level. So I have complete support underneath here. I didn't want to do that before. I was afraid that the dirt touching the wood would cause a problem, but I've seen lumber laying out here in the desert for, looks like it's been here for 20 years, and it's still just completely dried out, but it's still in good shape. Now we're moving down here, and you see my trailer, and I've got a bunch of the cinder block on there, and I got extras over there at my compost bin, but I think I'll have enough to get this job done here without having to go buy any more of the block. I'm just going to have to buy a lot of concrete. So anyway, we're moving around here. I did go to Home Depot today, and I picked, oh look, I left the dryer running. I went to Home Depot and I picked up the mud and the tape, and I got my tripod out of the container, and I put together a beef stew in my crock pot, and that's cooking, and I can smell it now. It smells great. But when I went to wash the dishes, all of a sudden there was no water. So I went up there and I checked the tank, and it was down below the exit valve level. So I tilted the container up, and then I said to myself, you know, what are you doing? Let's just get this thing done. Let's drain it and get it done. So I put aside the drywall job for today. And we'll have to do that at another time. I picked up the fittings, or the stuff for the towel bars and the toilet paper holder and that stuff. I got all of that already inside, and I'll be taking care of that as soon as I get this water tank situation handled. This is kind of an emergency thing. Got to have water. And now that it's cold out, taking showers outside here, that water never gets over maybe 70 degrees during the day now. So it's not real comfortable getting in there when the wind is blowing. And like right now, it's getting down into the 60s, and you got 70-degree water. It's a little bit warm, but that wind hits you, and it's just like a swamp cooler. It just cools you right down. So I'll have to get that bathroom done so I can get in there and shower. In the meantime, G Bear signing off.